So it's been a while. It seems like it's been a really long time since I have talked to you guys last. So in the past couple of months, me and my husband went on a anniversary trip for our 8 years of marriage. We went to China and Japan, which was it was an experience, I will say. And I'm going to be posting our vlog from that trip very, very soon. I've been editing it and it's been taking a while, but I will be posting that. I've gotten a new hairstyle. If you guys have noticed, I have gotten micro locks. So these are starter micro locks. Very, very different. It's gonna take some getting used to, but I don't hate it. I actually love it. So I might even post a couple of videos of my progress on these micro locks. I look forward to it. What else is different? I'm still the gardening realtor. I'm still doing real estate, but aside from gardening and real estate, a lot of things are happening and I will bring you guys along the way. But today we're going to talk about 25 plants or 25 veggies that you can start from seed in January. This is my planting book. I've been having this for a while and it is filled with all kinds of things. But let's start off with what I'm going to be starting in January that I didn't start last year in January. First up, brassicas. I also have a calendar that shows what I planted. I keep up with this. Every year. I'll put in my calendar what I'm planting on the exact day, when I'm planting it, if I've had any issues, when I watered it. I keep up with that. Not only when I start seeds indoors, but also outside in my garden. So during the summer, you'll see all kinds of stuff in my calendar. For example, in August, I started more brassicas and spinach. I started Napa cabbage, more collards, fertilized all my plants. Well, those were indoors. I fertilized all my indoor plants. I put more soil acidifier in my blueberries. So I recommend, first of all, I definitely 100% recommend you keeping up with everything that you are doing in a garden, because I promise you, you are going to forget. You may think, oh, I'm definitely going to remember, and you may even have tags, but those tags can get misplaced, especially if you have children. So just keep that in mind. Last year, my toddler came in here and I just let her come into my plant room. And I thought she would just sit still. I turned my back and did something for 2 seconds. When I looked back, she had misplaced all of my tags that I had with my seeds that I started. So that's just a tip. Make sure that you have a notebook, a planner, a calendar, your phone, whatever you need, but you need to be keeping up with when you're starting your seeds, when you're fertilizing, when you're watering, everything that is important. You need to keep up with that. Now, the reason why I am going to be starting my brassicas earlier is because this is actually the first year that I've grown brassicas during the winter months. And I gotta say, I like it. I really do like it. And they seem to like it as well. They do grow slower, but that's not an issue if you think about the fact that you don't have any issues with the cabbage white butterfly. Okay? So give or take. But yeah, they grow slower, but they are so much prettier and less maintenance. So that is definitely something to think about. They are cold tolerant. Just make sure they are cold tolerant to an extent. So make sure that you do have a frost cloth ready. This is not going to be the only time that I'm growing brassicas. I'm going to be doing 2 sets of them. I'm going to start some in January and then another set in March. Another reason why I'm starting them early is because brassicas, depending on the variety, but most of them tend to bolt really quickly once it starts to warm up. And in the spring here in Oklahoma, Our spring doesn't really last very long. It'll get really hot and then it'll get super cold and then it may snow and then it may get really hot the next day. That right there will cause your brassicas to bolt really quickly. If you have more consistent temperatures, your broccoli is going to be better off. Last year, once March came, I put my plants out there, and then I believe it ended up snowing, which was weird because it was in March. And then I remember us having a windstorm, and it was super dusty, and it was a few wildfires here and there in Oklahoma because of how strong the wind was and how dry it ended up being, and that caused a lot of my stuff to just not grow the right way. So the first category is brassicas, but in that category are going to be 6 plants. That is going to be your broccoli, cabbage, collard greens, cauliflower, kale, and pak choi. Next up is your lettuce. So lettuce absolutely tastes way better in the winter months, in the cool seasons. The leaves are crunchier and sweeter, and you don't have to worry about it bolting quickly on you. Most lettuce bolts quickly if you grow it during the warmer months, similar to broccoli. Next up is your onion. So I'm going to be growing 3 different types of onion. 2 different categories. One is your bulbing onion and the other is your green onions, the ones that don't bulb, and they are super easy to grow, and I noticed that they do pretty good during the cooler months. So I'm going to be growing these white Lisbon bunching onions. I'm going to be growing, there's no picture on this, but these are red burgundy onions. I actually grew these last year and they were great. And I'm also going to be growing Vidalia sweet onions. What I typically do is start a group of onions from seed, and then once the onion starts are available at the store, I'll buy those, because the onion starts tend to grow quicker than the ones started from seed. So I'll have the ones I start from seed will be ready at a later date after I have already harvested everything that I started with the onion starts that I purchased. Next up, I'm going to be starting my spinach right now, and I'm actually going to start those outside. Every time I start them indoors, I have an issue with them. That's also the same with arugula. So I'm going to be starting my spinach and arugula directly outside in the garden right now. They do wonderful during these cooler months, and they do way better once you direct sow them. Next up is my lavender. Now my lavender has been in the fridge for about 6 or 7 weeks right now. My lavender seeds have been going through a period of cold stratification, which significantly boost your chances of having a great outcome when you're starting lavender from seed. So that is another plant that I will be growing come January. Lavender takes a really long time to grow. It needs a very long growing season to grow, so you definitely want to get that started early. Another thing that you can start in January, which takes a pretty long time to grow, is chamomile. So chamomile doesn't necessarily need to go through cold stratification. I grew a lot of chamomile last year without cold stratification, and they grew absolutely perfect, and they are cold hardy as well. I still have some in my garden that are still vibrant green. The flowers are not there right now because of course it is winter time, but they should definitely start to come out again once it starts to warm up outside. Chamomile is another one of those herbs that you can start in January. Next on my list are carrots. And carrots can pretty much be grown all year round. However, I personally prefer to grow them during the cooler months because they absolutely taste wonderful. They are 100% sweeter than they are during the summer. I have a couple of them outside and they have been chef kiss. To be specific, these are the carrots that I'm growing: tender sweet and bambino carrots. The type of carrots don't really matter much. It's really your preference. Go online and see what type of carrots you prefer to be growing. If you want them quick, if you want some short carrots, if you want some long carrots, there's a ton of different types. Go online and just take a look. Next up is cilantro. Now I have recently discovered my love for cilantro. It's so amazing on loaded fries, which is weird, I guess, but it is so amazing to me, and I don't want to just be limited to only getting it from the grocery store. I want to be able to go outside to my garden and get it whenever I want. Now cilantro does not grow all year round. I'm going to have to do more research on it because I have never grown it myself, but I do know that I am going to be starting them in January, and I will keep you guys posted. Another thing I'm going to be growing in January are Bohemian goat peppers. So my husband is from the Bahamas, and they have a pepper over there that is so pretty. It's super spicy. I love peppers, but I want to be able to grow it over here. So I purchased these seeds. They came from CaribbeanGardenSeeds.com. Another thing that I got from there are winged bean seeds, and they are absolutely beautiful too. So I had purchased that from Caribbean Garden Seeds as well, but I won't be starting these just yet. They do take 100 days to maturity, but I'm going to wait until the springtime and then plant those. Next up, I will be planting snap peas. Now, snap peas absolutely love the cooler weathers. They actually taste a lot better, just like carrots. As a defense mechanism against the cold, they actually produce more sugars to keep them from wilting. So it in turn tastes a lot better for you. Next up are beets and radishes. I didn't grow up eating beets and radish, but I am definitely going to be growing them this year because they don't take long to grow, so I'm definitely going to try it out. Next is celery. Celery actually grows really slow, so it's best to go ahead and get that started as early as you can. So January is the perfect time for zone 7B. Next is parsley, and I don't actually have the seeds for parsley just yet. I am ordering some, but I am going to be growing that this year as well. And it's best to start your herbs early. Most herbs can tolerate some cold temperatures, so I'm definitely going to be adding parsley to that list. Next on that list are chives. I don't actually have the seeds for those either. I purchased them last year, but I don't know where they are, so I am going to continue looking for them. If I can't find them, then I'm just going to buy some more. Chives are actually in the allium family, so they can actually deter pests from the pest favorites like the vegetables in the brassica family. The next herb that I'm going to be starting in January is oregano. I'm going to go ahead and add an extra one to this list, rosemary. I actually grew that from seed last year. I didn't do any type of cold stratification, and they grew wonderful. I actually have 3 or 4 plants out there still, and they look wonderful. I grew them all in pots, and I'm actually going to be moving them into my garden this spring season. So add rosemary to your list. Don't forget about oregano as well. And last but not least, I'm also going to be starting my eggplant in January. I didn't really have success with my eggplant last year, and I started too late for one. But if you start early enough, that gives you a little bit of wiggle room in case you start having issues, so you can start another batch. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start early in January, and if I have any issues, then I still have time. So add eggplant to your list. Eggplant is in the nightshade family, but eggplant takes a bit of time to grow. So it might be of benefit to you if you start them early. Well, that is 25 plus that extra bonus plants and veggies that you can start growing from seed in January. Let me know down in the comments if you're going to be growing something that I did not add to the list. I would love to know what you're growing in your garden. And as always, thank you so much, so much for staying loyal. Even though I was away for a couple of months, I love you guys. I missed you guys. And if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you next time.